Okay, so today we're going to talk about graphing systems of linear inequalities. Okay, so you got to remember what a system is first. A system is a set of more than one inequality that has to be satisfied. So in this problem here, we have two inequalities, and our solutions have to make sure they work for both of them. It cannot just work for one; they have to work for both of the inequalities in this case. This is where we were talking about earlier in the year. We talked about systems of equations that had to satisfy both. So we're looking for where they intersect. We're going to look for what solutions intersect for both these, and they have to work for both. So the way we're going to do this is by graphing. So first, you would just graph the two problems on the left. So I'm going to go ahead and graph the one on the top one here. I'm going to put a star next to it. So I have y is less than or equal to 10 minus 3/4 x. So I'm going to start up at 10, and I'm going to put negative 3/4. So I'm going to go down. That means go down 3, right 4. I'm going to plot that point. I'm going to do that again. Down 3, 1, 2, 3, over 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you keep doing this, and you make sure it goes your entire length of your graph. Now remember, when you graph an inequality, you need to ask yourself, is it a solid line or a dashed line? Well, this one has an equal to, so we're going to be using a solid line. So I'm going to draw the solid line the best I can on here on my computer. Oop, that's not very good. Let's redo that. A solid line here, going through my points the best I can, and I'm going to put my arrows there. Okay. Now, when we do this, after we make one of these, we need to still figure out where are our solutions for this. So we can we're still going to do it by testing a point. Okay, so I'm going to test 0, 0. Okay, so that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to test 0, 0 for this. Oh, the computer's being a little funky right now. So test 0, 0. Okay, so I'm going to put 0 in for x, 0 in for y. Well, when I do that, I get 0 is less than or equal to 10 minus 3/4 times 0, which we know when we do that, we get 0 is less than, sorry, my computer's being crazy right now, 0 is less than or equal to 10. So we ask, so is that true? Well, we should be like, yes, 0 is less than or equal to 10. So 0, 0 works. So what I'm going to do is here, I'm going to go ahead and shade my one side of the line. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and use lines going one direction perpendicular to there. I'm going to go the entire length. Okay, so there's one of those. There's the one graph. So now let me change my color here. And now let's graph the other one. I'm going to put a star next to it and trying to get my color to change. So now that my color's changed here, I'm going to do this next one in blue. That's why I put a little circle next there. So this one here, we're going to go up to 2. Okay, so I'm going to go up to 2. So you got to kind of ignore the lines that are already there. Go up to 2, put your point. Okay, now our slope for this one is up 1 over 1. So I'm going to go up 1 over 1, and I'm going to keep doing this. Now you're going to want to make sure you go the entire length of the graph. Okay, and as you do this, okay, you'll have your points going all the way up, and you're going to go the other way. Okay, so if you're in class doing this, you would probably want to use a straight edge to help out with this. Okay, so actually I drew one of these lines on a bad spot. Then you need to ask yourself, is this a solid or a dashed line? Well, this one is going to be a dashed line because we're not going to be equal to. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my dashed line connecting these the best I can on my computer screen, going the entire length of my graph. Okay, so I have that. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to test a coordinate, and since we don't go through 0, 0 again, I'm going to test 0, 0. Okay, so putting 0, 0 in there, I'm going to have 0 is less than 0 plus 2. 0 plus 2 is 2. So I'm going to have 0 is less than 2. Is that true? And we should be like, yes, it is. So I'm going to go ahead and shade the other side, shade the side that has 0, 0. And you'll see I'll draw a parallel line, perpendicular lines to my blue graph. Now, I'm going to go the entire length. I'm even going to cross the other one here. Now, the unique thing with this is now, the solutions that satisfy this are the ones where the two lines intersect. Okay, so where the two lines intersect. So that is going to be this part where the two are where the colors match. So you're going to see here, I'm going to go ahead and shade it red. So those are the solutions that satisfy this system of equations. Okay, now the numbers that are on the orange line over here, so the first one, also satisfy it as long as they are up until the blue, until it crosses the blue. So those also work. So we have a few more there, but those are the solutions that satisfy this system of linear inequalities. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do one more here. Okay, so we'll do one more here in this video. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do this one right here. I have y is greater than or equal to 3/4 x minus 2. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start graphing that. Sorry about that. I'm having a little trouble here again with my stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and graph this one in red. So I'm going to go down to -2, and I'm going to graph 3/4. Okay, so that's up 3/4 to the right. So I'm going to graph that. I'm going to do it again, up 3/4 to the right. I'm going to continue doing this, and I should even go the opposite direction, so down 3, 4 to the left, down 3, 4 to the left, and continue to do that. Okay. Oops, I went down, I didn't go down one enough. Go down one more, right there. All right. So I made another mistake in here, sorry about that. I'm going to go ahead and fix this one so that way I'm on the right track. There we go, 3/4, that's a bad point. Now this one again, it's equal to, so we're going to have a solid line connecting this. So I'm going to do my best here to draw my solid line connecting my points. Okay, so I drew my line. Okay, now I'm going to shade for this one. And so I'm going to test 0, 0 again. So if I do this, I get 0 is greater than or equal to, well, the 3/4 x turns to 0. So I should have a -2. So does 0, 0 work? Yes, it does. So I'm going to shade the side with 0, 0. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and shade that side. Now I need to graph my other one. So I'm going to change my color here to, let's go with green this time. Okay, so I'm going to go use green. So this one we started at a +3. So I'm going to go up to +3. I'm going to put my green dot. My slope is a -1/2. So that means down 1, 2 to the right, down 1, 2 to the right. Now I'm going to keep this going, okay? Now, obviously, you should be using a straight edge to help you graph this. I should also go the other direction, so that way I cover the entire graph, okay? Because we want to make sure we cover every single point that is possible. Now, you'll notice this one's not equal to, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw my dashed line here, so that way this represents not equal to, and it does not include the points in the line. So you'll see my dashed line there. Now I need to do the same thing, test 0, 0. So I'm going to have 0 is less than, well, 0 is, and then I get another 0 plus 3, which 0 is less than 3, and that is true. So 0, 0 works again. So I'm going to go ahead and shade the side that includes 0, 0. I'm going to shade the entire side. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I have it all the way through here, and I'm even going to have it down here. Okay, that entire side that's green. Now, like I said from before, we're looking for the part that intersects. That's our solutions. So I'm going to go ahead and shade that. Oops, not green. I'm going to shade that blue. So the entire blue area are solutions. And that's the two where the two areas intercross, so where our colors matched. Those are the solutions to this system. Now remember, the points on the line can also possibly work if they are on the same side as well. So the red line up until it crosses the green line from left to right will work for this as well. If you have any questions over how to do these, please let me know. And this PowerPoint is posted for you to do.